To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks. Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. And you know, we don't give a because it's your birthday. Moving onwards. We're going through a series here, a series of videos covering what I would assume is the entirety of this blind dating a famous comedian video. We've just finished off with this cute little patootie walking off. I mean, she's wearing high heels as well. Imagine how small and petite she would be with them off. Wouldn't that be crazy? But she turns around, looks at him in this childish coy manner. The swish of the hair exposes her neck. The shoulder forms the breast. All right, I don't make the rules. Marilyn Monroe made them rules time and time ago. And why was she one of the best models of all time? Why was she associated with feminine sensuality and energy? Okay, so if you're joining me just now, I'm going to put you on the game. I'm going to give you some great information when it comes to attraction, repulsion and communication. And if you really want to understand the basis, if you are just joining me here, click the link in the comment section, which will take you to the start of this playlist. Now, we've got Gothic coming up next in her 10-ton boots, okay? She got a little something going on behind. Don't get me wrong! She was showcasing that to the world. She's worn this to showcase that to the world. She is looking over at the presenter to see, is it time to move on forward? Let's find out what she has to say. Let's go back a little, make sure that my volume's good.
You trying to ride the beak.
We're all good.
Trying to fly.
Trying to land
We're
a
all
plane
good.
on that thing.
Right.
All right.
Right, let's keep moving, yeah?
His name's Georgia.
Georgia. Lovely handshake. Strong pulse. Nice equality in that handshake. As he does so, once again, the shielding of the stomach continues to manifest, blocking himself up. She looks up to him. A slight air of sadness in her expression, if you see that, in her eyes, in her eyebrows. Maybe that's the way she's drawn them on, if that's what she's done. I'm not a makeup expert, people. The necklace around the neck, symbolic. She's got a ring on, she's got a cross. And it might be a cross of the shepherd. So, you know, Catholics have got a shepherd and sheep symbol representing the Pope and whatnot. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm just making sense of it there, but I do think she has a cross ring on. Maybe that's just, you know, in reference to the Gothic aesthetic she's got as opposed to actually being religious. You know, it goes hand in hand, right? Ozzy Osbourne came and did that. So, let's see what's going on.
Hey.
What?
Hey, he releases the hand. First thing he does is latches onto the other, creating this shield. She starts talking.
Well, first off, I have a tattoo of Heisenberg.
Millions were sold car finance.
She starts stripping. Okay, this is symbolic. When she exposes the arms, when she exposes the breasts, when you're on a date and she takes off an item of clothing, that's stripping like any other form of stripping. She's taking her clothes off around you. This is different from her putting clothes on around you. Might seem self-explanatory, right? But people don't take it for what it is. So she's been waiting for this moment. Let's go. Shit, let's get this volume on.
Hey.
Well, first off, I have a tattoo of Heisenberg on my...
I have a tattoo of Heisenberg. So, have you watched Breaking Bad? I haven't. I couldn't sit past the intro. My attention span was like, fuck this!
arm. warm.
Okay,
Breaking Bad's
a
like
fellow white? What is
yeah.
that?
Breaking Bad's my favorite show.
Breaking Bad's my favorite show. Breaking Bad's my favorite show. So I said initially at the start of this, just judging upon the boots, she got a little bit of maturing to do. She's youthful in essence, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But she's talking about her favorite program, you know, her entertainment. She's nice in that regards, you know. What I want to say, I can't say. But you know. I think she's coming across cute. These girls, when they talk one-on-one, they came across cute. But when it comes to the group think, when they're all grouped in together at the start of this series, and they're all acting, you know, too extra, it came across as very toxic and low frequency. But when they're one-on-one and, you know, genuinely talking and genuinely trying to qualify themselves to this guy, they come across as normal people. It's nice.
I will fit in a reference any chance I get.
Swishes the hair, exposes the neck. She will fit in a reference to Breaking Bad anytime she gets. Quite cute.
I'm Wasian. I have 2 cats, and
I'm Wasian, which I assume is white and Asian. I've got 2 cats. Okay.
born and raised in LA.
I was born and raised in LA.
Okay, hold on. Let's backtrack.
Right.
What the f did he have to do with me?
Nothing, but you ever
He
seen Breaking
cooks
Bad?
white and I am white? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. There we go. So we could establish common ground given it was the case, but considering I haven't, there's a disconnect. You've just highlighted one of our differences, which isn't necessarily an attractive difference, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, the woman doing that to the guy, as far as like watching a television program, isn't that bad. But if the guy came forth to her talking about something she wasn't aware of, that highlight of difference that doesn't necessarily benefit either of the parties. I mean, I'm entertained by this, isn't necessarily, you know, you might not know about this, but I'm into making money in this sense, you know, that's attractive to the woman. You know, that degree of intelligence and applicable knowledge is something of benefit because it links to the garnering of resources, right? Biologically speaking. But the idea of the man going forth and saying, I've got this tattoo of this anime program because I'm proper into that, unless she's into it, it's going to be nothing but a meaningless, you know, deficit of positive communication.
If we do end up dating, I'm probably gonna make you watch the whole show.
I'm probably going to make you watch the whole show. So we're speaking of the future, dominant language saying I'm probably going to make you watch the whole show.
Me and then El Camino, and then
I mean, we're manifesting in those words as well. All right, so she's referencing another program. She likes to watch the TV. She's cute. She likes to relax and calm down. This is a nice girl. I think so. I think so.
Better Call Saul, and then that's it.
Because she's not talking about going out and partying. She's not talking about this extra stuff. I can push shit out of my eye. She's saying I like to just relax with my cats, watch telly. Hopefully she's a homemaker. Hopefully she knows how to cook. You know what I mean? It's a homely girl, you know? He looks down, massages the back of his head as a pacifying gesture, all right? Stimulating the nerve endings at the back there.
It sounds like a pretty boring relationship, if you ask me.
Sounds like a pretty boring relationship, he says. He wants somebody who matches his energy. Somebody who is a little more upbeat. Maybe someone who can come on tour with him. And when he says a boring relationship, he means you're boring, right? Read between the lines. Okay?
Okay. God.
Oh, never mind. PPS. Right.
Did you want to change your mind now, Trevor?
Right.
Did you want to change your mind?
You again. Get out of here!
Okay. We've got Jordan coming up next, and I'm going to start Jordan on this note, yeah? Pay attention. Want to change your mind? She's completely defensive. He's just sent the first girl off, which is a benefit to the other girls, right? Because now they know he's willing to do so, so they actually have to qualify themselves. And as they do so, they do not only just ensure that they are aware that they are valuable to him, they are now in the mating rating game to see where they stand in relation to the rest of the girls. So if he sent her off and he sends her on, that means that in the eyes of the masculine, she is deemed more valuable. She is assessing this right now. Okay, but watch.
You again.
He says you again, acknowledges her, points her off, makes a joke, makes a bold statement. Watch.
Get out of here!
She comes in. That's attraction, right? If you walked away, that was repulsion. I'll see you on the next video, yeah? To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks.